If you heard the world's greatest achievers all singing the same song, wouldn't you want to learn the lyrics to that tune? Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, lead, and we inspire. And today I want to talk to you about something that you hear the world's greatest achievers repeat over and over and over again, yet the general public, the 95% crowd, completely ignores this particular song that they're singing. So what is that song? Well, one of the world's greatest thinkers, I think we can all agree, was Albert Einstein. And Albert Einstein said, and I'm quoting here, "The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift." Unquote. You know, Einstein also says the only real valuable thing is intuition. What's the point here? The point is that when you are in a position to communicate with the universe and get input from the universe, that is how seeds get planted. You come up with a particular idea, you put it out there, and you allow the universal partner to contribute to your goal, your objective, your burning desire. That's when the most revolutionary and positive moving things that move forward things happen. It's a key element. That's why one of the things that we preach here constantly on Project Eli is to give yourself some quiet thinking time to increase the amount of time that you have where you can communicate with the infinite mind. And Einstein was not the only one that said that. I have a list of quotes here. You're not going to believe the list of people that all say the same thing. What I'm trying to do here is to give you a strong why and because that one of your habits that to be a successful person is to give yourself that quiet thinking time to visualize, to communicate with the infinite partner so that you can receive seeds from the infinite partner that will move you forward, that you can plant and achieve your goals. Benjamin Spock, I'm quoting here, "Trust yourself. You know more than you think you do." Oliver Wendell Holmes, "Systems die, instincts remain." Henry Poincaré, "It is through science that we prove, but through intuition that we discover." You've got to see things, you've got to visualize, you've got to see, get out of your comfort zone and see things that other people don't see. How do you do that? By opening that corridor of communication between you and the infinite mind. Intuition becomes increasingly valuable in the new information society precisely because there is so much data. That's John Naisbitt. A hunch is creativity trying to tell you something. And that's Frank Capra. Frank Capra was a famous director who made some of the best films of all times if you go back and look at them. It's always with excitement that I wake up in the morning wondering what my intuition will toss up to me, like gifts from the sea. I work with it and rely on it. It's my partner. Jonas Salk said that. People that are the achievers all the time are looking for what new ideas, what input can I get? And the key thing is to figure out how you can increase that communication. All human knowledge thus begins with intuitions, proceeds thence to concepts, and ends with ideas. Immanuel Kant. Trust your own instinct Your mistakes might as well be your own instead of somebody else's. Billy Wilder, another film director. Your time is limited. Don't waste it living somebody else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living the result of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. Everything else is secondary. Steve Jobs. Do you see how all of these people are focusing on, I've got to be creative, I've got to get ideas? The key thing is, how do you do that? Once again, quiet thinking time, putting yourself in a relaxed state, and recognizing that when you're in that relaxed state and you have a burning desire, things are going to get connected, you're going to get new ideas, you're going to put things together. The more and more each is impelled, that which is intuitive, or the relying upon the soul force within, the greater, the farther, the deeper, the broader, the more constructive may be the result. Edgar Cayce. I feel there are two people inside me and my intuition. If I go along against her, she'll screw me every time. And if I follow her, we get along quite nicely. Kim Basinger. I'm sure you've heard of her, the actress. Intuition is the super logic that cuts out all the routine processes of thought and leaps straight from the problem to the answer. When you send that vision out there of your final outcome, what you want to achieve, and of course you've tried various steps, logical steps, to get you from point A to point B to point C, and they haven't worked. All right, we all run into that particular problem. We need a creative seed to be planted so that we can GPS ourselves to success, so that we can change our direction, so that we can achieve our goal. The key thing is, don't inhibit the infinite mind by giving it the things that you've already tried and that have not worked. That's what the infinite mind will focus on the vibe that you send out. Instead, send out the vibe of achieving that final outcome and allow the infinite mind, the entire encyclopedia of knowledge, to help you to get to where you're going. You must train your intuition. You must trust the small voice inside which tells you exactly what to say, what to decide. Ingrid Bergman. You notice that the varied occupations that these people have, they're not the same. Some are scientists, some are actors, some are directors, some, people have different goals that they want to achieve of what they consider to make themselves a success. And they're all telling us the same thing, that intuition is a key. And the key point is, how do I increase that communication? The power of intuitive understanding will protect you from harm until the end of your days. And that's from Lao Tzu, TZU. People who lean on logic and philosophy and rational exposition end by starving the best part of the mind. William Butler Yeats. You follow what we're saying here? There's the logical part of the mind and there's the creative part of the mind. And what we've done, as Einstein told us, was, the rational mind is a faithful servant. We've created, the intuitive mind's a sacred gift and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We've created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. The Creator, the infinite mind, the universe has given us this tool, yet we ignore it for the most part. Conclusions arrived at thorough reasoning have very little or no influence in altering the course of our lives. Intuition will tell the thinking mind where to look next. Jonas Salk. Right? You get ideas. The idea is open that communication. Trust your hunches. They're usually based on facts filed away just below the conscious level. When you give yourself that quiet thinking time, it allows thoughts that you've had, knowledge that you've had from all of your experiences to be incorporated in the solution. The thing is, you've got to just gather those, and the way you do that is by allowing the universal mind to unlock the cupboard space where you've put those things away and say, here, look at this, you already know this. Use this to help you to achieve your goal. Follow your instincts. That's where true wisdom manifests itself. Oprah Winfrey. There's a lady that has achieved tremendous wealth, tremendous popularity, tremendous influence. What is she credited to? She credits to having the ability to receive input, to trust where does intuition come from? Where do mind flashes come from? They come from the partnership that you have with the universal mind. A human being is part of the whole, part of what we call the universe, but it's a part limited in time and space. A man experiences himself, his thoughts and feelings as something separated from the rest, kind of an optical delusion of his consciousness. This delusion becomes a prison for us. It restricts us to our own personal desires and to affection for only a few people nearest to us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature in its beauty. We need to be able to expand our thoughts, and the way to do that is not by keeping a closed, logical mind, but by allowing your mind to do the number one gift it was given to do, which is to imagine. We are all connected and we are all one. Remember, coincidence is the universe's way of remaining anonymous. The universe wants to move us forward. It needs our help. We need its help. That's what makes a partnership. So find a way to communicate with the infinite mind, to receive input from the infinite mind. That will increase your creativity. That's what quote-unquote intuition is. How do you get more intuition? By consciously setting aside some time where you're going to be relaxed, where you're able to receive input, and remembering that the infinite mind communicates with us best when we are in a relaxed state. So block out some time every single day to allow that to happen. Increase that time. Does that make sense? All of the great achievers say that it does. And because we will never end a meeting on a philosophical note, let's get out there and charge! I'm Eli's dad.